All right, so we just launched a brand new business and we generated a few thousand in a few days using ChatGPT and AI. The question is, how did we do it and how can you do the same? So in this video, I'll walk you through start to finish, the copywriting, the design, the funnel, the launch process, so you can do this for your business as well. Before you write or tell ChatGPT what to give you the copy and all these things, you gotta understand what you're selling, right? So you can give it the right inputs. So Jonathan, who is the friend of mine who we did this for, he is in the office. He has an e-commerce business. He's generated a few $1 million in revenue over the last few years. And now people are starting to ask like, hey, I know that there's a lot of like drop shipping courses out there, but you built a rebrand. Like, how did you do that? He wanted to create a course kind of teaching that instead of doing one-on-one coaching calls all the time. And so that's kind of the premise, the context of the business that we launched. So we went into ChatGPT kind of to get a good understanding. Obviously he has the experience, but we went into ChatGPT to get a more of a brainstorming session with it and get an outline for what would be considered a good course structure, right? So one thing you could ask here and that we started with is like, hey, ChatGPT, I'm the type of person who like, I'm nice to ChatGPT, like it's a person. Maybe that helps me get good like outputs as well. Hey, ChatGPT, we are launching an e-commerce course and would like to get an outline from you. You can also say, act as a business consultant and give me a course outline for an e-commerce course. So let's do that instead. We want to give it a little bit more context as well, you know, because if you input generic prompts, then you're going to get generic outputs as well. We're helping both beginners and professional who already have successful stores. Let's start with that one. So now ChatGPT is going to give us a outline, and a lot of times it'll give you everything from not just the modules, but also the lessons. So you can kind of compare it to what you already have, right? So you want to brainstorm and use this for the foundation, not necessarily go in and say, hey, I don't have any idea what to create, so I'll have ChatGPT or any other AI tool create the course for me and then sell that, right? Because sometimes ChatGPT and AI isn't factually correct 100%. So, you know, it can generate all this information from somewhere and it always gets the information from somewhere else. And so, yes, there's like billions of data points coming together, but you still want to factually check that it's correct. So you can see here's a suggested course outline for an e-commerce course: introduction, business models, website development, design, product selection, sourcing, marketing and sales. So you can see it's like from a strategic or psychological standpoint is going through what would you need first, right? So now you can see, yeah, like I said, it goes through from the business models, dropshipping, B2B, marketplaces, yep, product selection, sourcing, all these things that I know Jonathan has already done, right? Order fulfillment, logistics, analytics, data management, advanced topics, best practices, and then conclusion. So this is something that we could use as a foundation. He's already started filling the course. I think he's like almost done with the course. And so what we'll do is create a beta course and the copy for that to sell it. Kind of give people 50% off when they build it together with Jonathan, provide feedback, that sort of thing. So now let's use this as a foundation. But now we want to kind of go into copywriting and get more ideas of like, we can say, thanks, act as a persuasive copywriter and give me 10 headlines for the sales page. Write in the voice of Dan Kennedy and make it more friendly than salesy. So you can see we're not just using copy in the infomercial format where it's like, hey, are you tired of this? But like, let's use a little bit more, like sometimes I tell it to use more storytelling to not make it super salesy. So unlock the secrets of e-commerce success, a beginner-friendly course. Say goodbye to trial and error, learn proven strategies for e-commerce success. Start your online business today with our comprehensive e-commerce course. Maximize your online sales. So you can see that is giving you all these examples. So now strategically I'm thinking, after the headlines, we want to obviously explain like what the course entails, but also we want to focus on like why should they want the course in the first place? Why build an online business if it's hard and it's like you're taking risk and all these things? It's because of the outcome, right? You're not just selling a product, you're selling an outcome. So I could also say, thanks. Now write the first section of the sales page explaining the benefits of building a successful online business that provides freedom. Write in the tone of Russell Brunson and avoid sounding too salesy. Imagine waking up each day with the freedom to work for anywhere in the world. No more grueling commutes or being tied to a 9-to-5 schedule. With a successful online business, you have the power to create a lifestyle that aligns with your values and goals. But building a successful e-commerce business isn't easy. It takes more than just putting up a website and hoping for the best, right? That's totally what Russell would say, right?
Which is gonna be pretty exciting, right?
That's why we created this comprehensive e-commerce course to give you the knowledge, skills, and tools you need to succeed in the ever-growing world of online sales. Whether you're just a beginner, so now it's taking all the info we're already given, the context. Like before you start this, you can also say, here's the context of what we're selling. Like when I use AI, ChatGPT, for example, I tell it, here's the context. I have a course, I have template bundle and coaching. Now, if I wanted to promote the course, what would you recommend in terms of like promotional material that doesn't sound too salesy? So I can tell it to like act as a storyteller and just write a story about someone that wanted more freedom, wanted to have a business, wanted to provide for their family, and like all these things. So you can see we have some copy. You get the point. This is just like shortly an overview because we gotta go through like the funnel and design like all these things as well. Whenever I build funnels for clients, I worked with Tony Robbins, Russell Brunson, Dean Graziosi, Robert Kiyosaki, like pretty big names. So the first thing we do when we build these, I have a team now. So whenever we build a funnel, I create like a project brief for the team so that we're all on the same page. And so the goal for this is to sell the digital course via an automated sales page. The problem we're solving is the most digital course pages look like old school infomercials. So we want to have a modern education branding behind this page that builds trust. The objective here is to showcase Jonathan's authentic personality and humble appearance by focusing on his results, not his social image, right? We're not going for an Instagram flex, but rather a community-based page of entrepreneurs building great e-com stores together. So I then summarize it. Hey, create a landing page for a digital course. This is for the team. We want to focus on e-com, online store, Shopify, winning products, community, not living a Lambo lifestyle. No, nothing against nice cars and all these things. But we just want to focus on the results and the value that comes with it. Not, hey, you want to travel the world, buy this thing, and you never have to, work another day. We're not selling get rich quick. So that's the context for the team. And then you want to create an outline. So draft a brand mood board, include a color palette, create a simple logo, create the above the fold. And then I'll go in and then, review that. That's what we're going to talk about first is like, what is the branding and the look of the page that we want? And then here's the offer outline as well, so everyone knows what's included, right? From there, we create the copy. So let's take a look at that. Again, went back to ChatGPT, brainstormed, wrote a little bit, added Jonathan's touch to it, his experience, his story, including in a VSL as well, which you can see on the page. The number one e-commerce course for beginners and professionals, actually. That ended up being the final pre-headline. Then main headline, start your e-com store and get paying customers in 28 days so you can be your own boss, achieve freedom, even if you have no previous experience, right? And then we start with the problem that we're solving. So the problem leads to the promise, and then you have proof and everything on the page to back it up. And so focus on like why you want to have that business. Introducing Jonathan. I've been in the e-commerce space for about 5 years, generated over 6 million in sales and completely changed my life, right? Go into what they get, templates, the accountability group, the private group, one-on-one mentorship, all these different things with the offer, see what other people are saying, FAQ, all of that. And so here's what we had as the first version. And you'll see it's not what we have as the final one. So start your e-commerce store, get paying customers in 28 days. I won't go through like all the copy, but you can see that like for icons, for example, we don't have like specific icons because we're just trying to get a structure, an outline. And this is what you want to do when you build a funnel is like get the structure first, then you can design it and add branding and all these things. So we did use AI for a few things, copy, color palettes. Like there's tools where you can upload. Let me see if I find it. Like Color Mind, you can upload an image and it'll create like color palettes. You can just click generate and it'll give you like these color palettes that are from the images you upload, and you can just hit regenerate and like this one, for example. So we have the copy, we have the first page. Now we're getting closer to the final product. So from here we go, okay, now let's add his own, you know, design and branding and like all these things and see what we can get. And this is the first version. So you can see we have the same copy, but now we have a logo. We have the colors similar to what we already said there, but now we're starting to get a like custom icons. Icons, by the way, that communicate what you're saying here. So it aligns design and copy, always align together. So this is the first version. You can see like we still need to change the mockup for the product and like add in like names for the templates and swipe files and just, you know, finish the page. But this was a first version. Even here with the mockups for the modules, like we don't want to have just a text on them because it doesn't communicate anything. We already have the text here. So what I did is I went into Figma and added like mindset, winning products, create your store, drive sales, like all these things, right? So we went from that to a darker version to give two options and like, hey, Jonathan, which one do you like more? The lighter or the darker? Darker looks more premium. Boom, awesome. Change all that, swapped it out, and we went with a darker one. We still need to finalize the text and then translate it into Swedish. And so that's what we did. And here's the final one. We even updated the logo with an AI tool, an AI logo generator that gave out a lot of like logos. We could then choose one of them, change a few things, boom, there we go. And so literally within days, we had this entire business. It's a new education business and it's already generating sales within a few days. So here's the order form. You can see we have all the offer stack, everything that's included, FAQ, and like all these things. You know, it was pretty simple to set up all in Clickfunnels. So that is in a nutshell how we built everything out. And so this is how it turned out. And we generated a few thousand in a few days. And now we can start scaling it because it's live. Everything is working, all the integration, the automation. And this is what I do as a business owner. I build funnels for other people. Now let's talk about real quick kind of the launch process. So for Jonathan, these last couple of weeks, he was thinking about the course. He started reaching out to people and had other people reaching out to him where he kind of gathered feedback and like, hey, what would you want in a course? Oh, you said you wanted like mentoring. Okay, what are you looking to build? Okay, you have these questions. Like then when they're on the waiting list, we sent out, hey, this is coming soon, like in a few days. And then on the launch day, we're like, hey, now it's live. It's 50% off for the first people. Within a few days, we already had 7 people sign up. And so this is pretty exciting. Anyways, hopefully you like this video. If you want to learn more what we do, link in the description to everything. I have a course where I teach this as well. How to get clients, how to get leads, how to build a funnel agency, get to 10K per month, and doing cool stuff like this. So shout out to Jonathan, amazing course. It's in Swedish though, so probably not relatable for a lot of you. But still, hopefully this video was helpful and showed you how easy it can be to launch a new product, a new offer using AI and a tool like ChatGPT.